Coolidge.
All right,
Boom.
optimal beverage Coolidge tonight. On the cardboard corner with Che and Chris, I'm Chris, Goldline Cards. That's Che, Ian Sports Cards. And tonight we've got Brandt, our homie from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania here. Mr. Matisse Thibault, biggest fan himself. So, Brandt, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, about your collecting habits, what you like to do, why you're joining us tonight.
Just want to say thank you first for the opportunity. I got into cards over this past summer. My buddy was telling me about, I don't know, just, how it started getting hot again. I was like, what are you talking about? And here I am about 20 plus hobby boxes later with, I wish I could show the mess. I wish I could show the mess that's in my room, but it's, if I wanted to open my own shop, I think I have enough product to sell singles for at least a year. But yeah, man, Matisse Thibault's my guy. Big Sixers fan, big Philly sports fan, big soccer fan. Soccer is my main jam, but no one really cares about that over here, so I ain't gonna get into that too much. But just I work full time. Just living at home, just doing what I can. Just trying to have fun, meet new people, and that's what I've done so far. And I'm thankful to be able to part of something like this.
Well, that's great. I know Che and I have talked before. We had Dylan on, or D Moose. Sorry, probably shouldn't use his name. He's a younger collector, under 18. We had Matt Costello from Project 2020 on. I know I'm 38. Che's
I ain't that young
a couple
now.
years older. So how old are you, Brandt?
22. I mean, I ain't 18, but I'm still a child. But I ain't that young.
Well, what I'm getting at is, the hobby has no boundaries. My daughter's 5 and loves ripping cards. My dad's 76 now, I think, loves ripping cards. So, we were talking earlier about this, that, and the other. I'm like, man, you're no different than me, no different than Che. We're just a bunch of guys getting on our show, just want to talk cards and have a good time. So that sounds pretty cool. Man.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead, Che.
Time in my life, I bought some.
You bought some match attacks?
Yeah. I just wanted to open something one day, man. They were there, so I had.
No, they're beautiful looking cards. Unfortunately, as far as monetary value goes, they aren't really there. But like I'm looking at 6 tins right now on the floor. I can't hate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's soccer is a really weird one because there's a bunch of especially because the big European following everywhere else. Like there's like a first edition like stickers. I'm sure you guys are old school. About stickers and cards and stuff, but like stickers and soccer is like the thing. Like the first edition for whoever, like it's insane money, insane. Like I'm talking. I saw a PSA 1 Pele from like '59. Was going for over 10K the other day. PSA 1.
It's crazy.
A sticker.
Unbelievable.
That's nuts.
So, Che, I know you and I were talking earlier about the AFC and the NFC championship games from yesterday. And Mr. Brandt here had to work most of yesterday, so caught some highlights. I had my first day on first shift today, so I went to bed early last night and missed the second half of the game. So I thoroughly enjoyed the Packers and the Buccaneers. I got really surprised Rodgers didn't run for that on third down. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even mad that they went for the field goal because you're going to have to score 2 anyways. They're all mad about the holding penalty. Like, the thing is, if you play your game, you don't put yourself in that situation. But I saw a stat earlier that Tom Brady has a better percentage in the Super Bowl than Steph Curry has making 3. Like that is ridiculous. So, I was on Jamie, the Real SPZA show, I think it was Thursday night, and we're talking about previews and stuff. I'm like, how can you bet against Mahomes because he's the best in the game right now? Hey Vogs, what's up, man? Good to see you. And how can you go against Brady, who's the best of all time? Like, I would have liked to see Rodgers versus the Bills. But honestly, I thought it was going to be Kansas City and the Bucks. I mean, we're just witnessing greatness. If you guys didn't see all over Twitter today, everyone's, Brady's not that good. Like, Brady is absolutely the GOAT. And this is the guy Brady's beat his team multiple times. So, I thoroughly enjoyed
in the
both
Super Bowl.
today. What do you got, Che?
Well, I knew I was on that same preview show with you Thursday night, and I called the Brady thing. I mean, I wanted the Packers to win. I've been a local Packers fan for a long time. I was upset with LaFleur for going for the field goal. I thought they should have went for the touchdown there.
What's up, Dave?
In the end, the Packers D at the end of the first half, that secondary, that was atrocious. That was absolutely atrocious. I mean, that made me sick. And I thought the decision making there at the end of the game with 2 minutes left, I disagree with that. But what do you say about Brady? 10 Super Bowls in 21 years. I mean, that can't be denied. Although, this is Mahomes' 4th year as a starter, right?
Wes might know. He just popped in. He's a big KC fan. I think it's his 3rd because 4 years ago he entered the game versus Denver.
He didn't start his first year. So he's been to the Super Bowl 50% of the time. He's been in the league as well. It's a much shorter time frame, but I mean, both of these guys are insanely good. I think it's probably the most intriguing Super Bowl matchup in a few years for me. I mean, I'm really looking forward to watching this game. And you said it. I mean, how do you bet against Brady? But how do you bet against Mahomes? Brady's got the best offense he's ever had around him. But, man, I think the Chiefs, I mean, they are just so loaded. Brady's got the experience, but Godwin, Evans, they don't have that big game experience like Mahomes' weapons do. I think at the end it'll be a high-scoring game, but I got to go with the Chiefs.
What you got, Brandt? Who do you like, and what are your thoughts if you watched any yesterday? Or I know you said you were working, or highlights you saw. What are you looking forward to going into the Super Bowl?
As far as the Super Bowl goes, I mean, I think it's a great matchup. I mean, too early to call, but you could basically say it's the GOAT versus potential future GOAT. It's definitely the game that Roger Goodell wanted. I think football fans are happy. Everyone's happy. As far as the Packers go, I didn't get to watch too much of the game. Like I said, I was at work, but I got these nice little fancy headphones. So when I try to listen to the game as much as I can't watch it sometimes, and I got to catch the end of the first half, and I saw the highlights. That touchdown right before the end of the half, I mean, that's probably what killed it for Green Bay right there. I mean, you can't give up a gigantic touchdown like that right before halftime with 8 seconds left. I mean, that's just – like I said, I didn't really get to see too much of the game. I mean, that was a big play, and then there was I saw Twitter was going crazy with the how is this a flag and this not a flag. And from all the screenshots I saw, if you're pulling on someone's jersey and it's that far away, whether you like it or not, I don't know what the refs called all game. If they played it soft, whatever, that's a flag at the end of the day. Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers played out of his mind this year. I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm just rooting for good football games at this point. I didn't get to see too much of the first game. As far as the second game goes, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Bills played great, to an extent. I don't know if people really thought they were going to win, but as far as Mahomes makes the league look easy. He's just out there, he's literally out there having fun, and it's just he's winning. And you can't ask for anything better than that. And, who knows years from now if hopefully those guys are able to maybe take a couple pay cuts or whatever, keep that team together. But it's probably not gonna happen. But if they're
taking a pay cut, man, come on.
If they're somehow able to keep that together, I think it could be something pretty awesome. But it's probably not going to happen. But as far as the Super Bowl goes, like Shay said, how can you bet against Brady? How can you bet against Mahomes? A smart man would say, don't bet on this game at all.
No, you take the over because it's going to be a 55.
The over would probably be the safest bet you can make as far as if you were to bet on that game. But if I had to pick someone, give me the Chiefs on a field goal. Butker wins the game.
I'm going with the Chiefs too. Who do you got, Jay?
What's that?
I said I got the Chiefs too. Who do you got winning?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs.
All right, we're 3 for 3. We had D Moose is here. He says, "What's up, Chris and Shay? How you doing, Brandt? Thoughts about Rodgers' potential retirement? Rodgers isn't retiring. Like, he's going to another team." He says, "Or potential getting signed, leaving the Packers." Yep. Vog says he's got the Chiefs by 7-10. Wes says, "Oh yeah." Josh is saying Rodgers moves to another team. Absolutely. David's here. He says that hit you were talking about right before half was bad. And Vog says Chiefs by 7. And no one's taking any pay cuts. So there we go. Wes saying he's going to throw up if the Chiefs buy a field goal. Wes is a big Kansas City fan. I think Wes has every single Patrick Mahomes that I owned except for the ones I sent to Parker. So he's a big Chiefs guy. We did a lot of trades and a lot of sales last year. So the other thing that's taking, my brother's in a Top Shot like 2 months ago, and he's telling me, what is this? What is this? You got to get this. You got to get this. I'm like, this does not interest me at all. Like I enjoy little men on cardboard. I like this. I don't like collecting highlights, but it seems like it's taking everything by storm. That's nice.
Yeah, it's for you. That's coming in a rack shortly. I just
pulled
it last night.
Decades best as well. But I see people. My brother's like he's made $4,000 in 2 months buying and selling. It's like, okay, I saw Brad, short on a bunch of GameStop today. Like, how is it any different? GameStop went from 45 to 140 down to like $80 in the stock market. And Top Shot just does not interest me, but I see a lot of people who just really like it. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Go ahead, Shay.
I don't get it, and it doesn't interest me. However, I'm not gonna say anything bad about the people who are in it, and I'm not gonna say anything bad about it because you know what? You and I were interested in Project 2020, and we got it, and it made sense to us. But there was a lot of collectors out there that just talk shit about Project 2020.
That is a great point.
And I don't know. One of the reasons, I don't get it, so I can't really speak to it that well. I I signed up for an account, and I was like, you know what? These things, they release like twice a week, and they sell out as quick as retail sells out at Walmart. Why bring more pain on myself as a collector to really get into something that frustrates the hell out of me? So I'm just going to kind of avoid it in general. But again, I'm not going to poo-poo it. I'm not going to I don't get it, and that's okay. But a perfect example, we as humans, if we don't get something, we tend to talk bad about it or make fun of it. And I'm not going to do that because my sons love video games. They love video games. That's all they do is play video games. And they would sit and watch their favorite gamers play on Twitch instead of playing the game themselves. And I was like, kids, what are you doing? I don't understand that. You're just sitting here for hours watching this other guy play when you could be playing it. And it took me forever. It frustrated me. I didn't know why they were doing it. And then it hit me one day, man. When I was a kid, I loved playing basketball. I loved playing baseball. I was outside 24/7 playing wiffle ball, playing baseball, playing basketball. But if Michael Jordan was on TV, I stopped playing and I went and watched him. And I sat and I watched the game because we love to watch the best do what they do. And I think that's what my kids like on Twitch. So now I get it. But before, I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And I made fun of it. I learned my lesson there. I'm not going to do that anymore. So Top Shot, not for me. But if it's for you, have at it.
Hey, let me jump in real quick. Che and Brandt, can you guys read the comments while you're on here? Or just me that I can see the comments? I've never really been on the other side.
I can read them. I can't really. Hey guys, hey fellas, hey what's up?
We can read them. We can't respond on our end.
Yeah. All right. The only time I've been on the other side was Jamie, and I don't even remember how that went. So, Brandt just disappeared off here. So, where'd you go, Brandt? What do you need, honey? What kind of tape? Painter's tape. Right, wait 1 second, and I'll get you some painter's tape. All right. All right. Well, he'll jump back on here, but You want to talk about? Well, we'll get back into Top Shot because I know he's somebody who likes it. So that was something I wanted to. Yep, Claire sighting. There she is. She's looking for some painter's tape. So
Here,
we'll get Brandt back in here.
Oh, I hit the wrong. I hit the wrong. I was trying to hit the comments, and I forgot I was going this through Gmail, not Safari. I swiped up on the wrong app, and that's what happened. I'm back. Chris, you're muted. You're muted.
Oh, I'm muted. That's awesome. So I got to find her some painter's tape real quick. So Brandt, you go ahead and talk about Top Shot real quick, and then we'll get into some of the comments after that. All right.
All right, got you. So as far as Top Shot goes, I understand it, but I'm not gonna put any money into it. I want to see what happens first before what's really going on. But I see guys are buying these moments for $30, and next thing you know, it's $150. It's like, how did that happen in a day? And people are buying into it, and I think it's mainly hype driven. But I don't want to just splurge. But me personally, I have so many dang cards laying around. I don't think I could handle something else. Personally, that's honestly the truth. Like, I have so much going on right now. I don't think I could fully be able to give both the full attention, because if I started going on that, then it would just be a downward spiral of money being thrown into it, because it's just how I am. It's just who I am as a person. I want to win, and I want to win now, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win now. And if that means that's something I don't need in my life. But as far as the whole idea of it, crypto, as a whole, I guess is something that's, again, I'm young and I don't know anything about it. I haven't done enough research to know. All I know is a Bitcoin's worth a lot of money. That's all I know. But as far as Top Shot goes, I have a couple buddies that are into it. My one buddy spent $40, and somehow his moment's now 500 something plus dollars. I don't know how that happens, what it happens, but I hear also you have to be on the website for a certain amount of time, or you have to make a certain amount of sales before you're able to cash out. I don't know about you, but if I had something that was $50 and then I sold it for 500, I'd want to make sure I got the money right away, not in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? I don't want to wait. I'm willing to wait for eBay, PayPal, whatever. I'm not going to wait a month for that much money. I'm willing to wait a week maybe, but that kind of money, I'm not going to throw in money if it's going to, it's just, I like the idea of it, but I don't understand it. But I respect people that are willing to take the risk, but that's not me.
Well, see, I got a lot of comments saying, it's part of the hobby. There's something for everyone. Like, is Top Shot part of the hobby? Because to me, it's something completely different. And I see all the people, like, is anybody actually collecting these, or are you just buying to sell and make a profit? Because that's what it seems to be to me, is people are just buying to resell to make money. And you got $50, like you said, it's turning into $500. But is anybody actually keeping these and watching them? Because I have no idea. I haven't looked enough into it, but literally every single person I've talked to is, I bought it for this, I'm selling it for this. I bought it for this, I'm selling it for this. Like, nobody wants to keep it. So that's what I've seen. What do you think, Chase? That look about right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think you got it. I think the people that are in it, like, hopefully those of us that are in the hobby got in it for the reason that we loved the cards, we loved the collecting. That might have morphed into liking to make money, but I think the vast majority of us started for the love of collecting the 2.5 by 3.5 pieces of cardboard, with ripping them open. And as a kid, I see, and of course I don't get it, but I see this Top Shot as a want to make money, that's just, in my opinion, it's let me get this to see if it increases in value so I can sell it. I don't know if it's so much the collecting or the hobby as I define it. So I agree with you. I got to step away real quick. I'll be right, 45 seconds, be right back.
I'll remove Jay
Muted.
until he comes back. But Nick said he brings up a good point. Isn't that what the hobby's become right now is making money? I know Nick's one of my buddies where if he finds a product or I find a product that each other can't find, like he sell to me all the time at cost plus shipping. Usually it's just cost, not even shipping. And I do the same for him, especially like Prisms and Hoops Premium and stuff, where it's, I got a bunch of stuff on my shelf that's going to sit there. And, I could open a box of Hoops Premium or I could sell it for $150. What are you going to do? Because I know a couple other times I've talked about it. I got some Hoops Premium here because that's our next topic, just to show.
It's a
Where I'm
beautiful
opening
set.
a box of it, and I'm sitting there the whole time. I'm like, man, I could have an extra $100 in my pocket, or I could rip this product. And I got this red ice Keldon Johnson, this Ja Morant, Hero Silver, and RJ Barrett out of the same mega. And it's like, well, I could have had $100 extra or these cards. Well, I got to put on my heart necklace that Claire gave me. So
that is beautiful.
My Valentine's, my style in here or what?
You are swagging. You are dripping. As the youngins would say,
that's a term with the popular youth.
You are dripping. You are dripping in swag. Just know.
So yeah, I think it's the hobbies come to how much money can I make too. Like, yeah, I really enjoy collecting, and I got a bunch of stuff here. I got a Drew Lock Select PSA 9 right here, right?
You're about to make me pull out my fire.
Drew Lock comes up next year, and the Broncos go 14-2, win the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden this card's worth $400. Say, I'm selling this and taking $400 every day of the week. Right?
Heck yeah, you are.
At this point, like the money is just ridiculous enough that how could you not sell? But for me, it goes back into the hobby, and I buy more things. But if it was $500, I'm probably making a car payment or something. But I don't know. But all right, we'll move on to the next topics. We got about 10 minutes left here. What are your current favorite products? I know you said you ripped a whole bunch of hobby boxes. Recently, I've opened some Hoops Premium, Prism, Contenders, and I had some Topps Update Chrome coming that I'm pretty excited about because I like that product. And also the Topps Holiday, I had some boxes. I sent some boxes to some friends. That's just a fun product for me, But we talked about, I think Prism Football might be my least favorite product of this year. Like it was so disappointing to me that I was so excited for it. Couldn't find it anywhere. I went to Walmart one day, found 3 blasters. My buddy Liddy Cards, Tyler Liddy, sent me some that, I got. He posts on Twitter that he gets all this retail. People blasted him. They don't see that he's sending stuff to people for cost plus shipping. They just want to blast you because, you didn't get it. So I got to rip on you because, whatever. But every box I opened, it was just like, this isn't even fun. Like, there's nothing in here. I didn't hit anything that I liked. And it's just, like I said, it gave me almost anxiety over, man, I could sell this for like $150, or I could have this Emmanuel Sanders, these Jerry Judys that I can buy singles for $10. So I don't know. I really like the Hoops Prism, or the Hoops Premium was a great product. I think that might be my favorite one that's like out right now. The Contenders, I opened a couple of fat packs. I got a couple of hangers coming. A lot of people don't like those. I dig it. Like I got a basketball auto here. I don't know who this guy is, but I like how this card looks, and I like how these cards are, and I enjoy opening stuff. So that's where I'm at with that. So go ahead, Brandt. Let us know what you think.
As far as my favorite products from this year, I would say Mosaic as a whole, football and basketball, has been the most beneficial to me. These are cards that probably should have been sent to grading forever ago, or sold immediately at the release of product. But let me get Burrow 99. And then you remember this one. I mean, Mosaic's been extremely good to me. I love Mosaic, but I would say the product I fell in love with, I would say, is probably straight up Bowman from this year, because that was the first thing I ever found in retail when I first got to the hobby. I went to Target one night about probably 4 or 5 months ago randomly, and I barely knew anything about cards. I barely knew anything, and this was more than 4 or 5 months ago, but regardless, long time ago. And I walk in on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and there's 20 megas just sitting there. I know nothing better. I'm like, I'm just going to buy them all. Why not? I bought every single one. I sold a couple at cost to my, employee 84, Hobby Goat. He's a great guy doing so many things, with charity and everything. Anyway, I sold him a couple and I decided to rip the rest. And I'm glad I ripped the rest because I don't know too much about baseball, but I know Bobby Witt is supposed to be something. And, there's a lot of products that I ripped this year that, really, as favorite as far as personal screw value, money, everything, Archives. Baseball Archives is probably because, I never really collected, older stuff and, seeing like these reprints of cards, especially this one I'm holding near dear to me, rest in peace since he just passed away. Like these type of cards, I never had these growing up. So like, even though this has probably been reprinted, who knows how many times, that kind of card, stuff like that. Those old, even like with the current RCs, like the Bo Bichette, Kyle Lewis, those old school looking cards, I just love them all. But I'd say Mosaic and Archives my favorite. And I'd agree with you, Prism. I only opened Prism football. I got lucky. I overpaid, but I wanted to open it once just to say I opened it once. I overpaid for a hanger and a blaster, and it was trash. I only say it's trash because I overpaid and I didn't get, the monetary value back from it. But even in general, I didn't pull anything PC wise, exciting wise. It was just, I don't know. I would say Mosaic. I love Mosaic. I just love the look of the cards.
Cool. Chris, you want me to go ahead with mine, or are you going to move on to the next topic?
Oh, no, you're up, man. We got 10 minutes or so.
You were asking about, products that are currently on the shelf. I agree with you. I love the Hoops Premium stock. I've thoroughly enjoyed. I've been lucky enough to find that twice. One of my not my closest Walmart, but one that's about 10 miles away, 12 miles away, instituted a limit of 2 boxes per customer. Not 2 of each product, but 2 total boxes per customer. Since they did that, I've been able to get Hoops Premium stock a couple of times. And I'll be honest, they had Prism football there both times. And I easily went with the Hoops Premium stock. I got 2 blasters of Prism football, and I just didn't like them. I don't know. I'm with you. I don't know. They just didn't click with me. I pulled some decent cards. Got a Cam Akers gold laser or the orange laser, whatever color that is, and a Jordan Love. So the blasters weren't bad. I just really didn't like the product that much. And I think I just love getting NBA cards and to see these Hoops Premium come out at this point. I know it's late. I mean, the next season has already started, and it's last year's cards. But I really, really like those. I've yet to see any Topps Chrome update. I would be all over that. I'm a Topps baseball guy. I'm a simple guy. When it comes to my baseball, I'm not buying the really high-end product. I like Topps. I'm just a Topps guy. So I haven't seen those yet. I'm anxious to get my hands on some. And then contenders, I've never been a huge contenders guy. I bought 1 blaster this year just to get them, but I passed those up at that Walmart that I'm talking about. I passed them up 3 or 4 weeks in a row and just chosen not to purchase those. Just never been a big contenders guy. So right now, what's at retail? If I can find those Hoops Premium stock, I'm going to buy them. But other than that, I'm just going to pass on it at the moment if I find it. So.
Yeah, let's get in the comments. Then we'll make one more topic. We got 5 or 6 minutes left here on what our goal time was, and they're talking about the Goldline koozies because Brandt keeps showing his off there, and that's something that I just like to do.
Hold on.
I pay for those out of my pocket. I'm not one of those people who makes you pay for a coin or a chip to say that, hey, we're all cool, we're all friends and stuff. Because if you're watching this, you should probably know my stance on that. But yeah, if you buy a bubble mailer with tracking from me, I send my cards inside of a koozie because I think it's cool. And or people just ask me for them. I've sent them to them too at my cost too. It cost me I'm not going to say how much it costs to make them, but you can figure it out. There's websites out there, and I just send them to people. I've gone through over 300 of them. Yak and Bass David, he said he's got 2. Che, I'm sure you got some. Brandt, you've got more than 1. Garrett said he's got 6. I've got stacks behind me. If you buy stuff, I just keep sending because each one's just a little different. Wes says he loves the Royals and the Bobby Witt. Nick here, who's watching, he hit a 1-of-1 Bobby Witt super refractor last week or a couple days ago. Nick Lacucci on Twitter. He probably don't want me to tell anybody because he doesn't like having followers. He's one of those guys where I'm like, oh, I need more followers. He's like, no, give me less followers. Everybody's different, so it's cool. Dave said they never have prismed at any Walmart. He likes Mosaic. Where was Buckeye Card Nut said he hasn't ripped any 2020 product, retail or hobby. Is that any product at all sports or just baseball? Because I know we've talked before about you've opened 3 blasters out here. I know I've talked before. I'm not sure if you've watched. I know you watch some stuff here and there, and usually a lot with Claire and stuff. But Target.com and Walmart.com has been where I found more products than anything. Or anywhere else has just been the internet. You just don't even get on the website. Just Google Target premium hoops. It'll take you right to the thing on Target. Then put the little flasher or the email me when it's back in stock, and that's how I've been getting them. And then if I get 3 or 4, I'll keep 1 or 2 and send some to somebody else. So the people who can't open can find something, and then friends who do the same thing for me. So it ends up working out. And our last thing we're going to talk about is, Che, I know before we did Major League Baseball offseason buys, with the NFL coming up to 1 week left, the Super Bowl, who are some guys that you're targeting in the offseason? I personally decided to go with 6 different non-Broncos to PC. Jonathan Taylor's one of them. Cam Akers is another one of them. So those are 2 guys on my list. But also those are going to be some that I'm going to be keeping. But if you're, we talked about how the hobby is becoming buy, sell, buy, sell. If you're buying people for their stock to go up for next year, who are you buying?
I got to agree with you on Cam Akers. I think he really came on at the end of the season and was really impressive the last few weeks. And I think he's got a chance to have an even better year next year. So now would be the time to get on him, I think. CeeDee Lamb, he's another that I would think. Justin Jefferson. And, I got to think Jordan Love. We don't know what Rodgers is going to do. And I think Jordan Love, he's got a lot of potential. Whether Rodgers retires in 2 years or he goes to another team, I think Love is one that you can still get for a pretty good price that has some high potential. And then you never know. I mean, I'm gonna keep my Burrows for sure. And it might be the last good chance to ever buy Burrows at a non-hyperinflated price, because if he comes back strong next year, his cards are going to go do what they should have done from the beginning. But you never know in this hobby. I mean, you just think, look at this year's biggest rookie quarterback ended up being Justin Herbert. If it weren't for the Chargers team doctor puncturing Tyrod Taylor's lung in the second game of the season, then Herbert would be in the same boat as Jordan Love right now. We would not. We would just be talking about, well, he might have some potential, and you never know when something like that's going to happen. So, but if I had to gamble a little bit and go out and buy some, I would say maybe Justin Jefferson, Cam Akers, CeeDee Lamb might be who I would go with, and my Burrow. But he's Bengals, so of course I'm going to buy him. So.
All right, what do you got, Brandt? Who are you buying up if you were to buy to be able to sell? Say week 7, you're going to sell these cards week 7.
Sell these cards week 7. I'm looking at KJ Hamler.
Oh,
There's a couple guys. You said Jonathan Taylor. I think, the Colts are like a weird team. Like they're always kind of good, but they're kind of bad. Like growing up, I was, Peyton Manning was there forever. And then, Andrew Luck into then, what they are now. The Colts are always a decent franchise. You know what I mean? And Jonathan Taylor proved, Wisconsin, he can run the ball. You know what I mean? Like I said, I like Hamler, little Penn State bias, but I think he's severely overlooked. But you know how second, third wide receivers go. It is what it is. I think Matt Stafford's an interesting one because who knows what's going to happen there. All these older QBs, they go to the right team, the right system. Aaron Rodgers, who knows where he's going to go? If he ends up in the right place, these older guys, I know how, older cards versus, the more modern stuff doesn't really jump as much. But there's just a bunch of guys. Now, my wild card is Jameis Winston. Who knows what's going to happen in New Orleans? Is Taysom Hill going to be throwing the ball?
Jameis is on my list.
Is Taysom Hill going to be throwing the ball or is he going to be catching it from Jameis Winston? I mean,
He's going to be playing baseball with Tim Tebow.
I think there's a lot of decent quarterback positions that are up in the air in the NFL. And I think, there's a bunch of guys, I mean, I don't even know. There's a bunch of guys I think that are severely overlooked, but, card prices will probably never reflect their true values. And as far as, if you're not a, the quarterback or like a top running back, I was talking to you about this earlier, Chris, if you're, running backs are kind of funny. Like, there's this one dude on Twitter, I'm pretty sure his name's @LordPrism. He posts these comps side by side all day, and it's like a McCaffrey to 99 versus like a current player, and it's just mind-boggling how like a DeAndre Swift to 99 can be more expensive than a Christian McCaffrey to 99 because it's just like there's like a weird era of cards. I feel like obviously I missed it, but it's like the vintage. And then it's like the new, and it's like the in-between kind of gets like swept under the rug. And I feel like your Dwayne Wade rookies, this is a different sport, but your Dwayne Wade rookies, your Carmelo Anthony rookies, your a bunch of different guys. Like, who knows? I said this joke a couple years ago. Geez, it was last year. But my buddy I work with, Brendan, he's a big Celtics fan. I said, let's buy some Paul Pierce rookies because they're like $3. He makes the Hall of Fame. Maybe they'll be $10. Who knows? We got like 10 of them just chilling. Who cares? It's Paul Pierce, whether you like him or not. He's what, top 40 all time in scoring in the NBA. I'm pretty sure. It's just a bunch of guys. This hobby's weird. You either gotta be Honus Wagner or you gotta be a 101 Herbert. And the in between, there's so much middle ground where I feel like I'm still really new to this. But I've learned fast. You either got to be the dude right now or an icon, like an icon, or it doesn't matter. Even some greats that I would consider greats, don't, get the respect that I feel like they deserve. But, I'm still learning this whole card thing. I don't, prices, the market. I got into this. Blasters were going for $80. I'm still learning a lot. I'm glad I was able to, be a part of this because this really puts a lot in perspective. You guys have been doing this, for such a long time. I just think it's, I don't know. Everything's up in the air. Who knows? Top Shot could take over cards next year. Who knows? Get them virtual videos.
Yeah, man. Like you said, blasters. Like I've never in my life seen blasters for the prices they are now, or for anything. Like cards are at all-time high that they've ever been. But, guys on my list were Jonathan Taylor, Stafford, Denzel Mims, because he's going to get a new quarterback. J.K. Dobbins, Jerry Jeudy, but I'm already buying Jerry Jeudy. You said CD. Jameis was on my list to talk about. But what about Sam Darnold? Because say Sam Darnold goes to San Francisco, or say Aaron Rodgers goes to San Francisco. Now all of a sudden you got Brandon Ayuk. He's a guy. In the comments, somebody said Miles Sanders. Everybody's saying Baker Mayfield because look at what Baker Mayfield did this year. So, Baker just finally living up to the hype, took Cleveland to where they haven't been since 1995 with the playoff win. I was at their last playoff game before that in Pittsburgh. Someone else made a comment of Tyler Johnson. You know, he's down in Tampa, overshadowed by Mike Evans. What was that? Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, even Gronk and Brady. You know, he's like the fourth option, but he made huge plays yesterday. So those are some guys that I'm thinking about. Definitely KJ Hamler, but he's already on my list to buy stuff because I'm a Broncos fan. So I got stacks on stacks of KJ and Judy. There's a beautiful vault Jerry Judy out of 10 from Playbook today, and I'm trying to buy it, and it's like $160. I'm like, what on earth? And, you know, Brandt, you were talking about the prices for like the old Hobby Love compared to the new Hobby Love. Like last year and even in the beginning of this year, you could buy a John Elway rookie card for less than you could buy a Drew Lock rookie card, which is, like you said, absolutely ridiculous. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you've been in the hobby 6 months, 6 years, 60 years. It doesn't make sense. It's like, you buy Amazon stock, the PE ratio is crazy. Same with Tesla. It doesn't make sense except for people just want to make money, so they keep buying it. You know, it's like Lewis Robert. In my opinion, Eloy Jimenez is better. Same with Tim Anderson. But everybody wants the what can they do, the potential. And like Chase said, Justin Herbert wouldn't have even played this year if didn't have a punctured lung for Tyrod Taylor. But look what he did with that offense. He also broke all these records, but he also threw the ball more than any rookie in the history of the NFL. You know, more attempts, more completions, more yards. Yeah, you know, Drew Lock could go out and throw 6,000 times and have 6,000 yards because he's Drew Lock. That's what's going to happen. But you're talking about like McCaffrey and Josh over here has a huge McCaffrey lot. But how is McCaffrey less than DeAndre Swift or, you know, Travis Henry card, Derrick Henry, Travis Henry. That's a whole nother story. Derrick Henry cards. He is like the best running back I've seen since Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. Like he is Terrell Davis, but like not junior, like senior, because he's Terrell Davis, but he's better than Terrell Davis. And his cards aren't expensive. It's just you want a quarterback, you want, you know, the home run hitter. You want the slam dunk guy. You want Zion. You want Steph Curry who hits the threes. You want the guys on SportsCenter every day. You don't want Cody Bellinger who just gets his job done and goes back in the dugout. You want Ronald Acuna and Juan Soto because they have big smiles and giant chains on their neck and pimp their bats like Joey Batista. So that, you know, to me, it's also marketability of people. Joe Burrow, that picture of him at LSU with the cigar in his mouth, that just cemented his name on like hobby Mount Rushmore for the year. And just, you knew it was going to happen just because of that. And the John Morant Luminance, to me, that's the card of cards where he's dunking on Kevin Love, I think it is. And so, you know, to me, it's a lot of player marketability. It's what market they play in. Like we talked about Jonathan Taylor. Nobody likes the Colts. Like Tua, how many Dolphins fans are there? You know, Tua's on the Cowboys and he takes over for Dak because Dak's mad and goes to Miami and somehow they do a switch. All of a sudden, Tua's on Dallas. Tua's prices are going to double. He didn't even play a snap, and Tua's prices are going to double because he's on Dallas. Like, I don't know. That's what I got for tonight. We've rambled on almost 45 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for watching. It's been awesome. Brandt, thanks for coming. We'll let Brandt say goodbye, and then Che take us to going out because Claire's still in the other room, not in bed yet, so I got to go take care of that. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Brandt, you're up.
All right. Just thanks for the opportunity. This was fun, man. It was nice being able to talk to the both of you about, you know, some fun card stuff and, you know, just everything in general. And, you know, hopefully we can make this happen again. It was pretty cool. Really appreciate it. Sorry I wasn't as prepared, you know, but
thanks for joining us, Brandt. We really appreciate it. And you know what? I've been looking at this chat. We've had so much more engagement in this chat than I think any show we've ever had. So thank you guys. Thank you for spending some time out of your night watching us two goofballs and a guest. I'm not knowledgeable, but just watching us talk. I really appreciate it. I know Chris appreciates it, and it's fun. And if you ever want to sit in the seat Brandt's sitting in, you know, one night, give us a DM, and hey, we can arrange to have you. We'd love to have you on. I love getting to know different people. We've had some people on in the past. We'd like to have some new faces on here. So thank you guys again for watching, and we'll see you in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, Jay, you're talking about engagement. I've seen like 6 new names in the chat that I can't even call them by their name because I don't know their name. It's usually, I mean, Travis Pack Pulls. I imagine it's Travis, but there's some guys in here that made comments where I'm like, I don't know you that well, so I'm not sure what your name is. That's awesome that we've got new engagement, new people watching, and we appreciate the guests. Vogs is in the room. We've had him on before, and like we said before, Matt Costello came on. D Moose was here earlier. He's been on. If you'd like to be on, like David messaged me like 2 minutes before we came on the show. It's like, hey, what's going on, guys? So let Che or I know if you guys want to come on. So Brandt, thank you very much. Che, thank you very much. 45 on time. So we out. Thank you.